All right, my next guest is a UFC featherweight who will be facing Gabriel Benitez next on January the 15th. And of course, it is downtown TJ Brown back on the show. TJ, how are you?
Great, man. Having a good day, man. How about yourself?
Really good. Even better now that we have you on the show. A lot to get to, but first, I just wanted to ask. I know you're a family man. Your son is your number one priority. So, with training camp going through Christmas and the holidays and everything, how difficult was that balance for you to do your dad duties and then still get the training in that you need?
Man, we're just taking it a day at a time, to be honest, man. Just kind of doing it on the fly, Last week was really fun because he was actually out of school, and I brought him up here to Kansas City, man, and we got to train. And in between trainings, me and him got to hang out, go to the Sea World and different things like that. So, man, it's been good. Last week was really cool, man. He's back home this week doing the camp. So, uh, but it's just we're taking it a day at a time. We'll put it like that.
All right. Hey, what were like the big Christmas gifts that he was hoping to get from you and Santa this year?
Yeah, dude. So he got a guitar. One of my clients at the gym actually does guitar lessons, so we're gonna be able to trade that out. And but he got a guitar. He got a bow. He was wanting a bow, so he's been out in the yard like tagging the target up, and it's about so a few other small things.
Very good. So it hasn't been, I guess, too difficult for you to get your training in then and still do all the other day-to-day things that you have to do during this time of year.
No, dude, man, I'm a professional, man. I'm actually pretty good at juggling fatherhood, fighting, and everything in between. So it's pretty normal for me, man. I'm actually pretty comfortable in the chaos.
All right, I love it. Now, the last time that we did see you, we got to go a ways back, man. That was back in May earlier this year. So it's been a while. Did you want to take this much time off before you step back in the cage, or were you hoping to maybe fight before this January 15th match?
Man, this was definitely not ideal, man. I've been chomping at the bit. You can go back and look at my phone. I'm messaging my manager, every week trying to get a fight. He's talking to Sean. Man, we were biting at the bit to get a fight. Just man, wasn't very successful in doing so. But we got this name and got the date, and we're chomping at the bit to get at it.
All right. And of course, May, what I'm talking about is that split decision victory over Kai Kamaka. When we talked before that fight, you told me you were going in there, you felt confident you were going to get the finish. I'm sure a split decision isn't what you wanted either. How confident did you feel that, you did enough to get a win, on the judges' scorecards before they actually announced the winner?
Yeah, man. We all know it was a close fight. What I thought and what me thought should have been fight of the night, man. Me and him went out there and put on a show, dude. I thought I'd done enough to win, winning two rounds out of three, man, and pushing the pace, attacking subs, landing big shots, and landing the takedown. So I was confident in the win, but man, getting that feeling of my first win, man, it's hard to beat, dude. I mean, it was awesome, and hoping to ride that momentum into this next fight.
All right. And what were some of the critiques your coaching staff and just yourself took from that? Like, what are some things you want to fine tune moving forward?
Just increasing my fight IQ, being able to make decisions on the fly. There's a few things in my stand up I want to do a bit differently and readdress some of my takedowns. But outside of that, man, everything went the way it was supposed to outside of that. And we're going to see the new product here in a couple weeks.
All right. And you mentioned taking your son to Kansas City for training. Obviously, that's where Glory MMA is. And D. James Krause, the head coach there. What has that dynamic been like as far as training and your partners going for this camp? How are you feeling leading into the fight?
Man, I feel great, dude. I'm so lucky to be here, man, and to have found this gym and these guys being able to put their time into me. It's people that don't know, man. It's just a hidden gym here, man. Like in the middle of Missouri with top-notch guys. I think we're looking around the room the other day. There's like 12 UFC fighters in there. I'm like, man, we're in the middle of nowhere, dude. We got all this top-grade talent in here trying to kill each other, and led by James Krause, and man, James is outside of James. He's got some other good coaches here too, man. I'm just I'm super happy with how the camps went, man, and excited to show you guys.
I know Kevin Kroom, Grant Dawson. There's a few guys right around your weight class there at the
Hmm.
gym. Who have been your main partners, your main training partners for this camp?
Man, I just recently been working a lot with the OG man, Jason High, man. He's a southpaw as well. My guy's a southpaw, so he's been teaching me a lot of stuff, facing southpaws and things like that. But man, I'm training with everybody that'll give me a round, man. I'm sure these guys are sick of training with.
We're still like 2 weeks out right now, so we got a ways to go. But what's the weight at? How you feeling right now?
Dude, I'm light, man. I was talking to the guys this morning, and this is my weight's great. I'm not giving out any numbers, but I'll tell you, I'm ahead of schedule, man.
Okay, sounds good. Now I got to ask you, man, with 2021 being such an amazing year for just MMA in general, what are the fights and the fighters that stand out to you for, like, fighter of the year or fight of the year? Like, what really stands out? Because there's so many to choose from. I just wanted to get your take as to one or two that really are highlighted for yourself.
Bless, man. I'm a horrible one to ask. I'm my head's so far stuck up my own butt, man. I don't look around too much. I'm trying to think of some really standout performances or who's on any hot run right now. But there's no one that's really just popped to my mind. Look, when I tell you I'm stuck up my own butt, I am, man. I've fought my whole life to get here in the UFC, man. I'm here. This is about me, man, and I'm who I'm focusing on. So there's your answer.
Okay, good enough. Well, let me get a fight pick or two from you, because there's a couple big fights coming up around the corner. You've got the Israel Adesanya, Robert Whitaker rematch for the middleweight title, and then Francis Ngannou and Cyril Gane for the heavyweight strap. Who do you see winning those two fights?
Man, that other heavyweight, not is quick. Sagan, what's his name?
Cyril Gane.
Yeah, dude, he moves like a middleweight, dude. Like I don't see anybody stopping him, man. He's a bit more finesse than the other cat. I know the other cat's got a lot of big power, man. He hits you with one shot, it's it. But man, that other guy is so impressive with his striking, man. I got him winning and being a champ for a minute.
Okay. And Whitaker, Izzy, who wins the rematch?
Man, Izzy, dude, man, that dude's so good, man. I'm a Robert Whitaker fan, dude. He's a dog, but man, Izzy's the truth, dude.
All right. Well, let's talk about your UFC contract right now. How many fights do you have left on your deal? And do you feel maybe a little bit more pressure to go in and follow up that split decision win with a UD win or a finish here in this fight?
Yeah, yeah, dude. I'd love to tell you man, I'm all cool, calm, and collected, but man, I carry a heavy amount of pressure on myself at all times, probably more than I should. But at least it kind of keeps me in the gym. But I feel that it's very important that I go out here and I perform and perform well. That's all I'm chasing at this point, man. I'm chasing that perfect performance. Where I go out there and really show the world how good I really am. Perform up to my standards and perform well. And if I get a performance like I'm capable of doing, man, there's no doubt they're going to extend my fight contract, my contract, and keep me here, and I'll make my way up the polls. But I believe with the Dana White Contender Series deal, it's a 4-fight contract. I believe this will be my fourth. So I need to win this in convincing fashion. So these guys have me back.
All right, let's talk about your opponent, Gabriel Benitez. He's 22-9. He's coming off a loss to Billy Q. Prior to that, he beat Justin James rather impressively. When you look at his skill set and what he brings to the table, what kind of a fight are you expecting come January 15th?
He's a veteran. He's been around a while, like myself. But one thing I do, I feel like his last 4 or 5 fights is a bit of decline. I hate to down anyone, but it is what it is, and the truth is what it is. I feel like he's on a bit of a decline, and I'm on my way up. He's a very gritty guy. I've seen him win standing and on the ground, but man, when I'm coming forward and I'm mixing it up well, man, he's not going to have an answer for it.
Do you think you get him out of there? Is this a knockout?
Yeah, Yeah, we're putting this guy away.
What round?
Let's go first round, man. End of first, early second.
All right. If you get one of those performance bonuses, we're gonna do with that cash, man. You're just gonna stash it, or you're gonna go out and splurge and get
Man,
yourself something nice.
hey, me and my son have been talking on that. I need a new boat, man. So we're gonna get a new boat so we can do some more fishing this year.
Okay. So last question for me, man. 2022 goals for you. What are they? What comes to mind? Because we're right around the just a couple days away from the new year. So what pops into your head as far as what you want to accomplish in this coming
You
year?
know, in a perfect world, I put together 3 or 4 wins this year, and I'd like to make a few investments, man. I've been spending my time around some older cats that seem to be invested in or care about my future, and there's some investments I'd like to make, and man, and then to just see my son kick butt all 2021, 22. So
Awesome, man. Well, TJ, always a pleasure to talk to you, my man. Again, TJ Brown meets Gabriel Benitez on January the 15th at the UFC Apex. Before I let you go, I want to give you the floor. Tell people where to follow you on social media. And if you have any sponsors, anyone to thank, the floor is yours.
sure, man. Well, I wanna thank both of my gyms, Westside MMA, Glory MMA. I want to thank my manager Jason for always hooking me up, and you guys can always follow me at Downtown TJ Brown.